Hello, hello, everyone. It's me, Just Be Audrey Lane. Gotta do it. Somewhere down here, you hit that subscribe button and follow me on my journey. Make sure you hit that bell so you can get when I put a video up. Yeah, and come on, y'all, let's do this. So, I'm excited, but I'm trying to dull it down a little bit. But I am excited, and it's okay to be excited. We need to be excited. That's a good thing for us to have excitement and joy and peace in our lives. It's a wonderful thing. Um, you owe yourself that. You owe yourself that. You have your excitement. You go ahead and you bask in it and you enjoy it. You 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 owe yourself that. So if you need, you know, a moment to go out, like, man, I'm going to do it real fast. Yes, Jesus, thank you. I gotta get my prayers on. I had the most wonderful day. And a day, just like every other day, had its moments. But I just needed a moment that I didn't need a moment. And I went to a coworker who's a boss too, um, because I work with two sisters, and they're both um, my boss in different departments. And I was like, I just need a moment. I was about to say her name. I need a moment. I gotta stay back here for a moment, and I don't really get rattled. And I wasn't really rattled or anything. It was just, I can't even tell you really what it was, but I knew. I said she said some encouraging stuff. She's a little calm little firecracker. So I said, I'm about to say her name again. Say something to me. Give me some encouraging words. And she said, "Oh Jesus, how did I forget this? Negativity is a choice. So basically, you can choose to be negative. You can choose to take negativity into your life. You can choose to adapt to that, basically." And I instantly started smiling so big when I was like, "Thank you so much. I needed that." And I want to tell you, I went back to her twice for it, like, come. And not that my day was going bad. I went back so that this way I could remember it. I'm like, I'm going to put this in my encouraging notes. Because I tell you guys, make sure you get a book, make sure you keep some notes, post them anywhere in your home, keep them in your phone, keep them somewhere, because there's times where we may need them notes when we're having a little moment. And it's nothing wrong with that. And having them words touch me literally brightened up my day and made my day so exciting. Like, you know, it was meant for me to get those words. Because when I tell you, it wasn't anything that I haven't dealt for before. Like, we had a gentleman who come in, he was just adamant about um, a certain price, and how he wanted things to kind of go his way. I'm used to it. I love what I do, so dealing with customers is wonderful for me. Even I don't never say there's a thing as bad customers. There may be customers who want things a certain way, and that's okay. That's fine for me. Like, that does not bother me. I don't know, really. I really think it was where God was saying, "Go get this word," because it wasn't unexpected, but it was at the same time, because she's somebody who you can go to, and she has the biggest smile, but but the smallest smile ever seen. It's hard to describe. This girl's phenomenal. I've been with her for years, so I know some of her traits and everything. And it was really encouraging, and more so for me to have it, so I guess I can share it out with you guys too as well. So just having it, like, we can choose that basically, and we can choose the positive things in our life. We can hover on the bad stuff, or we can choose not to. But I do know this: if we stay where we're going to be hovering on the bad, and that was actually in my book that I read this morning, you tend to keep on inviting more negative stuff into your life. Just the one that you invite in opens up the door for multiple to come in there. And then next thing you know, you're just having more and more stuff come in. So why don't you reverse it? Why don't reverse it where it doesn't have to be negative? We can do positive. Do it even in the negative moments that you may be having. And mind you, I said the moments, they may come. You can say no, and you choose to do positive in it all. I was sharing with someone and talking with someone today, just like life things that just, you know, is going on with, you know, children being, well, it's summer now, but children in school, and just how things are affected with us having to be in a, you know, stayed still situation, you know, where we are like coming a little bit out of COVID, but not a lot out of COVID. And if I did not open up and start talking with her, it wouldn't have been where she was able to release some stuff off of her. And she always come in so bubbly and so bright and so sweet. And um, I love what I do to the max that I can tell you pretty much how someone's home look, even without me never being there, not knowing where it is. All you have to do is kind of tell me your setup, and you come and you buy items from the store. I pretty much can tell you this does not fit where you need it to go, and it's a need or is it a want, you know. And she comes to me because she already know. It's like almost she gives me like a mom, I mean a kid talking to a mom thing, like, can I get this for my room? And I'm like, no. No, you can't get this. You don't need it. You don't need it. It's a want. It's not going to fit your room. It's not going to go. I know it's the color that you want, and blah 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 blah. And she ends up getting the item, but then we end up having to exchange it out for something else that was definitely a need for her. And in the midst of us talking, here it is where literally it was like extending a hand, and here it is. She thought that I was helping her with something as far as her furniture and everything, but then we got to talking, and it ended up being where we helped one another, just sharing, you know, life and everything. Because I do know this. I invest in people, not just my job would be so easy if I don't work on commission. I don't. I love what I do. There's no commission for me. If I'm doing commission, how about this? I hope now it's actually where the commissions is going at souls over to God. Put it like that. Yup. That's how I'm going to do it. But I was like talking with her and sharing with her, and she ended up, you know, this her smile is always so big, but her smile got so big and then went to, like, she took a breath without her realizing. I think she even took this breath, and she just started sharing some stuff with me. And we have to always be listeners. We cannot cut people off. We have to let them go and say some stuff because, you know, one, I respect the fact that this woman is older than me in age. However, the age thing didn't even go into play. It was more so about it of we're women, we're connecting, we're people, and someone is actually listening to me, not judging me, not holding anything against me, not wanting to put it where, oh, you're the only one that's having these type of issues. No, we have to make sure we literally go with a clean heart, a listening heart, and listening ears. Because you never know what load you can take off of someone's shoulders and take off of them and release some things off of them. And it was amazing for her and I would be lying to you guys if I sat here and I said, oh, you know, she got a lot off of her. I was able to get some stuff off of me. The fact that, let me tell you, listening to people is a lot. It's a lot. It takes a lot out of the person to actually voice things out. Because I know for myself, it's like, who can I share information with that won't go back and tell anyone? Now, mind you, I am explaining to you guys that someone shared information with me, but it's not my job to tell you the bits and the pieces of it. I don't have to give you all the ingredients for you to know that it was a good still. I don't. I don't. It's not my job to do that. It is my job to be a listening ear and just, I was amazed at the fact that her and I have been knowing each other for a while, as you know, me working at the store. But you be shocked when you really take the time out to talk with somebody. And I talk with her often, however, we've never talked like this. And it's so funny because I hope she does not think that literally she was just touched by me, because she wasn't touched by me. I'm just the human form of the body, but truly it was nobody but God, because I, even before I opened up my mouth to talk with her, and because you could just tell it was something but then not something, and just voicing things out, man, amazing. The encounter, the encounter, you know, God gets the glory in it all, because it is just where he seen fit for this to happen. Because not only did she come into the store once waiting for me to actually get some stuff out to put on the floor, she came back in again. So she spent her one day off of work basically there at the store shopping. And this is the thing, I won't let people spend unnecessary money. I won't let you come in there and just go off of I want this, I want this, I want this, and you can say you're getting it for somebody else and all of that stuff. That's good, that's fine, that's dandy, but it's not our job to sit there and take all your money. Yes, we're in the business of what we do is we rotate that money into an actual purpose. However, it is not our job. You sure you don't need anything?
Yeah, I do. Don't you want to eat that food from Tariana? Because if you know, I'm about to hit that up.
My daughter, y'all, I'm sorry. You know when you get busy, your children always come and ask for something. And that's my daughter. So I'm gonna say yes. You can put it in the air fryer for the both of us.
No, because if I can't have it all, I was gonna cook something else.
You see,
So it's fine.
it's fine.
It's all or nothing.
It's all or nothing. It's all or nothing. Thank you. My daughter just gave me the title for everything. It's all or nothing. We have to give our all to people. It's a wonderful thing when we do that. We helping someone you never know. Let me tell you. So I told y'all my channel name and everything, and it was actually going to be Bodacious Motivation, because we have to be bold in what we do. We have to know that what we do is not all about us. Yes, I started this channel for a journey of what's going on right now. However, it's not the right now for me, because I already look at it as it's over and done. But where can I be where I motivate not only myself but others? How can I let people know that no matter what we go through in life, that we are making it, we are doing it, that we are going out there and we are achieving? You know, it's what I be telling you guys is it's not like some moments of darkness and craziness and all of that stuff. Yes, it is. But you want to know something about it? I have so much peace in it, so much trust in God, and so much comfort and joy that it's no need for me to hover over anything that's bad. I don't have it in me. That's a distraction from me staying in purpose. We cannot let anything that's going on with us knock us off, because that's where we'll be like, okay, well, I can't do this today. I will be sitting here telling you guys that me coming home from work, I stay busy. I stay busy like an ant. Like I told you, we ants. We got to do it. We got to have the necessary trust in God to keep on going forward. You know how ants just keep on going. They keep on going. They keep on going. We ants. We got to go out here and keep on going. Storehouse. We have to make sure that we go, and even in our times where we're having difficulty, we have to go be an inspiration to others. Or how about this? Let somebody else inspire us. Don't shut them out. I can't tell you by no means what made me really go to her and say, I need your encouraging words. And I'm glad I did. Negativity is a choice. We don't have to choose that. Who are you motivating today? When I tell you God has so much more for us, He has a life of peace and joy and everything for us. I didn't even know I had this one. Yeah, I gotta take this stuff off. But I, I, I want to be what, first of all, go into your dreams. All of us. There are some that don't have dreams. I tell you this, for a while I did not have dreams. And then I had them, and then I didn't have them. And then I had them. Lately I have not. No, I had one or two. But there is a such thing of, you can imagine. Imagine these things. I was listening to someone who was motivating, doing motivation things that I could listen to at night. And then all of a sudden, it just disappeared. Can't find it. One thing I can find is my voice, and I can put some stuff in, and I can play it back for me to listen. So that's something we're going to have to do. Record your own self, motivating yourself, and play it. What other voice is there you need to hear if you asking God to come and speak through you? that means he's speaking out through you for you to hear it back into yourself. Recycle that. It'll be good. We have to know that there's so much more in us, and we are here for a purpose. I love the conversations and stuff that I have, because truly I just look at it as I am doing what I love to do. And I used to think that it did not impact or touch anyone. I used to think that I wasn't heard. Did nobody really see me? I have to take this makeup off. I don't nobody want to hear what I have to say. They only listening for the moment because maybe what I'm doing is benefiting them or anything like that. That's the enemy trying to tell us what we're not worth. You're worth a lot. You never know who you can impact and touch. And how about this? They don't even have to come back and tell you how much of an impact you were for them. How about this? I sensed it because of I don't know what it was. It was a moment, but it was more so a joint thing of us connecting. She impacted my life. And not only was it just today, yesterday evening when I was leaving the gym, I ran into a young lady as I was like checking out, and I had to, with the smartphones and everything, you can scan the code things for you to get alert for when the classes are switching, because my cycling coach is actually taking a vacation. So she was like, go downstairs and scan it so you can get everything of when I'll be back and when I'll be here and if someone is going to take over the class and blah, blah, blah. And these two ladies that I pass all the time at the front, I say hi to everyone. How you doing? Hold a conversation and everything. I end up getting their names. This lady spoke something into my life that I don't know how to take it, but I will tell you this. It wasn't anything negative. Just, I'm like, okay. I am going to leave it as the okay, because I don't know. And it was okay for me not to know, because I don't need to know everything. When God is speaking something into your life, it is not your job to sit there right then and try to figure it out. Just take it and keep on going. It wasn't anything negative that had to tumble my head and all of that stuff for me to be like, oh, no, she's wrong or blah, blah, blah. I just was like, well, okay. Like, all right. If yeah. And I've heard this before. So it wasn't like it was new information to me. I definitely want to start getting people permission to mention names or to mention exactly what they say, because I don't want to sound like I'm just getting on here just saying nothing. When I tell you this woman spoke something into my life that I was like, okay, wow. I want to go about getting people permission, because I would love to say, hey, I talked to this person and they shared this information with me. But I don't want to break where somebody may not want that for them. And I have to be okay for that. And with that. And how about this? It's not our job to put people information out there. It's okay that you don't need to know who I got the information from, or how something was shared with me for me to tell you that someone spoke something into my life and it actually saturated in. Or even for if someone shares something to you, you don't have to tell people's info. One thing I do, I can tell you for sure with me, I do not like gossip. I've never really got it. I was bad because at times I should have got up and removed myself from it, but I didn't. But I just don't really like gossip, and I don't like secrets. And I keep them, especially if you tell me something and tell me not to tell anyone. It's not my job. It's not my job. And also, I make sure that, especially one, that's why I only have one best friend. Then I have a friend that's really, really close. She's yeah, but we're more than like friends. We're like cousins. And we us three, we get together, we bust it out and everything like that. But I don't give up people info, and I don't like sitting around people who wants to stay victims. I'm no nurse, they're no doctor, so we can't be around each other and be victims. We just can't. Like, when are we going to, have a doctor that can say, "Come on, y'all gotta get up out of this and walk." you know, you, your leg not broke no more. Yeah, you're put together. Your mind is fine. Get up and walk. Don't hang around people who you feel comfortable and just want to be a victim. Some victims, no, no, no. We're not. We're not no victim. Be around people that encourage you. Even with, I'm learning that encouraging thing that the lady gave me, it wasn't comfortable because I'm not used to it. And when I say used to it, I'm not used to it coming from a perfectly. This woman doesn't know me. She speaks back to me when I say hi, but she don't know me. And for her to speak something into my life like that, I was like, wow, okay, okay. Sorry, guys. That's my daughter trying to call me. Let her know I can't pick up, please. Um, so I really want to get on here, and I love speaking to myself. Don't get me wrong. I enjoy it. But this morning, in my time with God, my quiet time, it was like, okay, I need you to know that you're not a victim. You go out, and I need you to speak life into people. I need you to go out and speak that all is well. I need you to go out and be a benefactor, be a benefit to others. I need you to be a fisherman, a fisher of souls for me. And that was so crazy for me because I was telling him that. And in the midst of me telling him that, it was like, okay, like, this is what God, I know that this is what I have to do. How I'm going to go about doing it, I need God's help on that. And just having the experiences that I've been having, it was like, okay, oh, this is how it's done. Go out and be a blessing to others. Let's not think of ourselves. Remember, I tell you, the best thing we can do to get out of anything that we're going through is to go be service to someone else. To go help someone else. To sit and say, how are you doing? To sit and actually say, okay, we gonna figure this out on how that we can go forth in something. People been doing it for me. So that's exactly what my foundation and everything is for, praying it forward. Now you go and do it for someone else. You better speak life. Speak life. How about this? What are we waiting for? Are we waiting for this big old phenomenal moment for us to go out there and do? Do it have to be big in order for us to do it? Do it have to be a boom pow dynamic thing of us going out to just share with people and listen with people and encourage people? How about this? Can it be small and lead up to the big? Or do it have to be big for you right away? Because I know for me, I'm being honest and truthful. I'm not ready for that big yet. When I sit up there and I tell you the one encounters and then the next encounter and the next encounter and the next encounter, that's what counts. That adds up. That goes where God is saying, one, you not putting yourself in it at all. I'm literally letting God speak through me for stuff because it's a difference in my conversation now with people. One, I stare people in the eyes. I don't look down. I don't look off. I'm not nervous. I'm not making myself flare up like, oh, as though I'm not worthy. Oh, I'm worthy. I'm worthy of this conversation. I'm worthy of me actually taking the time out to listen, to learn, to grow. Yeah. Motivation. What motivates you? Is it your children? Is it your life right now? Is it that you may be a single parent? That you may be like on your own? Is it where you don't know what motivates you? I can tell you what motivates me, and I'm being truthful. Y'all already know what I'm about to say. Jesus. I never had this kind of motivation and spark in my life before. When I tell you, the seed was planted as a kid for me. My mom stayed at church, We stayed at church, the old school back in the days when you literally was at church Sunday from 7 o'clock in the morning to almost like 11, 12 o'clock at night. I can tell you, before the church that I grew up with became a mega church, I could tell you what the house one kind of looked a little bit like, but definitely when we moved to the other church, you know, I could tell you where the kitchen was and everything is in it because we lived there, pretty much lived there. So when I tell you my motivation is that God put a spark up inside of me, I know I'm here for something. I know I'm here for something. I am going about casting out nets for a lot of the things that I've been trying to do. So whereas though I am opening up my mouth to share with people, the moment I go to share something with them, then comes this overflow fill out of information to me of help. And a lot of the times, you never know who you're talking to. I've talked to city council people. I've talked with lawyers and doctors. I've talked with, people who work for the government. People who work for the city. And how about this? None of them have like this big, woe head and all this bozo thing. Literally, I had an Uber driver who also sits on the city council board. And with COVID, a lot of things changed where people weren't working in office. They were working at home on Zoom. So he was like, I'm used to going and moving and doing and all of this stuff. So I figured, hey, what's the best way for me to do it? Is I get out and I go. I drive in the city I know I love. And this man gave me so much insight and information. The encounters we have do add up and matter. Them small things where you only like, it's only one person. That one person tells one person and tells another person. And God, how about this? God is keeping the net. He is literally keeping the count of what's going in and what's going in. And it's going to add up for you. It's going to add up for us. I will be lying to you guys if I sat here and didn't say, oh, I've been on YouTube for a while and I want it to be this because I really want people to know that there's hope and there's a purpose for them out here and that they can be motivated and they can go out and do it. If I can go through all of this stuff, they can do it too. But that's where it's like, okay, Audrey Lane, who do you want to have glory out of this? You or God? And I have to say God. I don't want it to be me. Now, I will say this. I want you guys to come on because there is motivation in everything that I do. I hope I am actually motivating someone other than myself. Me coming on here and talking to you guys, man, it is something. First of all, my daughter and someone was telling me, I can't even help it. I don't even know how. I don't even know how to explain it. Do you know you make a lot of faces when you talk? I'm sorry. I'm being me. I be me. And yeah. And it's so weird because if they had like a coach on how to make face movements and all of that stuff, I probably would have to get them to help me not make the faces that I make. But that would be saying, don't be who you are. I don't want to do that. I don't want to not be who I am. That's what I mean. We got to get on here and be ourselves. When I tell you guys, because I didn't mention this before, but I really, really want to see how many of us can go out there and start our Just Be and whatever your name is channel for YouTube. Let's blow YouTube up to the point that like, why is everybody wanting to be or doing this Just Be and then their names and everything? How about feel comfortable in who you are? Feel comfortable. I mean, I was coming home with my co-workers the other, like some time ago, and it was this lady just walking down the street, and she had like this biggest smile on. You would have thought that she just got finished coming out of the conversation, or she had her headphones on and was on the phone and just smiling at what people were saying to her. No, she didn't have nothing in her ears. She came around the corner and ain't have nobody there. This woman was just walking down the street smiling and everything. We can be excited. We can be happy. We can be in love. And how about this? It starts with us because a lot of the times we be in our own head smiling, laughing, and joking until something comes along and knocks us off of that. How about this? It may happen, but we get ourselves right back on up and we get to smiling, we get to moving, we get to going, and we get to doing. And that's what we need to do. I'm finding that me coming on here and speaking out has been a blessing. It really has blessed me. You guys have no clue how well I sleep at night. The fact that I can get up, go to the bathroom, and come back and fall back to sleep is amazing. The fact that if I even wake up, I can go back to sleep. I could not have done that before. I was trying to figure out what was going on that I couldn't do that. It's when we release things up off of us. When we come out of that negative thinking in space. When we truly give things up to God. When we remove ourselves and go out there and start helping others. And not helping them so we can sit up there and say, we did it. I am so happy with who I am and who I am becoming. Who would have thought that this would be me? If you know who I am personally, you will already know that she's a good person, but you didn't know me behind what I didn't want you to see. And I had to stop knocking myself down like I was this bad person. I really wasn't. I really wasn't. Yes, I did some things in my life. I definitely have. Things that I am not ashamed of. If I would be ashamed of the fact that I drank, I smoked, and I pop pills, it would not have gotten me here to open up my mouth to tell you guys that you got a story. You can live through it. You can do it. You can change. You can. That's not your life. That's not who you are forever. And be grateful of your past, because how about this? You're here now, which means you have a future. Look at that. Be grateful for that. Be grateful for the fact of I am here for a purpose. For all the things that I have done, almost dying, almost like it's like I said, how many more times do I have? I don't want to play with God like that. First of all, if you just count from birth, you know, but that was something different. But if you count my times here playing around with him, I ain't got no more time to be playing. Don't be ashamed of your past. How about this? A lot of the times, you be holding it to yourself. You be still holding yourself hostage. You can break free. Me just saying it now was a break free moment. You don't have to live in your past and stay there. You owe it to no one. If they comfortable with it, hey. How about you be uncomfortable in the growth that God is doing in you? You can do it. We all can. Go out and take a walk. Do something new that you haven't done before. Go ride a bike. Go take yourself out to eat. Go make sure you, even if you go buy yourself a card, mail it off right back to you. Do that. And how about this? Go get a card and randomly give it to someone. Trust me. Write something encouraging and positive, and something that really is inspirational. And don't stand there as they read it. Just say, I want to give you something. And give it to them. Watch the difference is, because you'll be able to feel when those words connected with them, when God has them open it up, that release that they will get, you will feel it back in you. You will feel it back in you. Remember, he's a multitasking God. Do it with a genuine heart. Let's go out and motivate each other. Especially now, in this day and era, you're hearing all kinds of things on the news. And I don't know what city you may be in, but here in Philadelphia, we have a lot that's going on right now. A lot of it. It's funny that the news literally had so much crime in it, and you barely get one or two cases of the positive. Let's blow up the news to the point that it ain't nothing but positive things. And it starts with us changing and shifting the world for positive things, positive energy. I'm usually not sitting like this. I think my pillow is actually off, because I normally just sit with both my legs folded up. There we go. What are some great qualities that you have? Write them down for yourself. Make sure you share them out. Make sure you post them on your wall so you can remember. And make sure that you go out and motivate someone other than yourself. I think tomorrow what I'm going to do is start writing some notes and handing them out to people. I was just saying that you work with someone that may be difficult to work with, because you never know. One, you don't know what they go through themselves. So where you may think they're difficult in an area, They're actually not difficult, and they are actually have blockers up because they may not want to be hurt. They may not. They may be used to dealing with themselves and no one else. They may be used to um, not being seen, not being heard. Because I've had some difficult people that over time I've been able to just be who I am. And not on this purposeful thing, oh, I'm going to kill them with kindness because they go, no, I just be who I am. I just know I don't want to be negative. So, yeah, if I had to keep on coming as who I am and be that kindness will take the negative off. Reach out, be a blessing to someone. Trust me, it will bless your life. You will be transformed. And before you even know it, you'll be sitting there trying to figure out there's something different about me. Like I laugh all the time, like there's something different about me. God help me because I was praying and asking you to take and relieve me of some things and you doing it. And it happens literally before we even know it. I can't even go back to when I started having that prayer, but I do know it's a recent prayer for me, probably within the last, I want to say, since about March. Yeah, because I could just tell like some shift stuff was coming about. So I had to like pray. I prayed hard, and I need to get better in my communication with God. Not the communication, because I do say this. I communicate with Him. However, my time with Him needs to be more. I want to increase it to more time with Him because it's 24 hours in a day, and it don't hold me back from anything. It doesn't get in the way for me to talk with him. And even though I talk to him throughout the day at work and whenever, I literally talk to him as I'm actually here talking out. And it helps me. Hmm. Wow. We have so much in us, guys. You have to what are you? What are you trying to accomplish in life? What are some goals? Well, you need to write some more things down. The other day, we wrote in our journals. I wrote in my journal, and I want to write some more things. That's a question. What are some other things? And how about this one? We write the stuff down for us. Write it as though, like, it's a journal of it has already happened. And then write it as, you know, it's done. So you can go back and write on there your dates of when it comes. Because I was saying, like, X marks the spot. We have to write some things out because it is going to happen. We all know we have to just be patient and wait on God's timing. And don't be scared of that word patient, because let me tell you, He's not going to bless you with something He knows full well you're not ready for. Because a lot of the times, what God is going to bless you with, He has to make sure, one, you are suited for, you are ready for, and that it is going to be a great thing. Like I told you, one of the deacons yesterday talked about rejected for your protection. So why would God bless you with something where you may have someone in your life that is not for you, and will mess this blessing up because you'll be so concentrated on then trying to satisfy the person, the place, the thing, that it will not be utilized in God's purpose of what it is needed for. And yes, Audrey Lane, yeah, yeah. We have to remember, we do want to love and we do want to share and we do want to care and give to others. But not everything that God blesses us for will be utilized in the right way if we are connected to the wrong people. If we are connected and going into the wrong places. Or we just have to have the wrong thing. Make sure you get yourself together. Ask God to come into your life, Audrey Lane, and ask Him to give you the things He needs you to have. God, please equip me with what you need me to have. Because when I tell you, it's there for you. I gotta look myself. Yeah, there you go. People, places, and things, Audrey Lane. You gotta remove some people, places, and things out of your life. Because you're gonna be okay. Now, for you guys, anything that's keeping you back from a relationship with God, anything, any place, anyone, it's going to be hard to hear it because I heard it a while ago and I was like, they don't know what they're talking about, but I could change it like this, and I can get them to see it like this, or God, I'm going to let you let me do this, God. I got it because I'm the one here right now that I can do it this way. No, I know now. I know better that I was so busy trying to change the people, the place, and the thing that what honestly happened is I was changing into something that I did not like. I was trying to please people, places, and things. I was trying to, you know, be to everything. And I was losing everything. Enough is enough. Please know your worth more. You don't have to live a life like that. I always go on to a different thing the next day, but I want to stay put a little bit in the motivation of you don't have to stay in live a life for someone else. You don't. When you gonna start living yours? It's okay to be selfish and take self-care when you're going about it in God, and you're going about it in growth, and you're going about it in love. Don't never let nobody tell you you're being selfish and doing that. Because you can't really care for somebody if you don't care for yourself. You'll be losing yourself trying to take care of everything else and everyone else but yourself. That can't happen. We can't lose ourselves. I'm so proud of you, Audrey. You are wonderful. Be proud of yourself. Whoever's out there listening, you are wonderful. You are amazing. Go forth and have them encounters with people. Go ahead and speak out. You never know who you are touching. And how about this? When you go out and you just saying and having a regular conversation with someone, I did not expect for our conversation to impact, me or her. I thought it was just a regular plain conversation, but the impact of it was awesome, amazing. I love you guys. That's my timer letting me know. You almost at your time. Time ain't never up when it comes to me speaking out the word. And let me put it like this, because I am not a pastor. No, but me speaking encouraging words to you guys and to myself, there's no time in there for that. I can do that, and especially now, I can do that forever, forever, ever, forever, ever. Man, when I tell you it blesses me, I sleep well. I sleep well. I love being encouraging. It starts with me, and tomorrow I cannot wait because it's Warrior Women Wednesday for prayer in the morning, and I'm going to get on there and enjoy and pray for others. How about that? It's not always praying for ourselves. We got to pray and ask God to bless others, to heal others, to create in them his heart's desires. It's okay for us to love ourselves. It's okay for us to be excited. Man, I have so much more that I want to kind of get out. I'm going to have to do where I come on here tomorrow and do the follow up. I have more in my belly that needs to come out. More motivation. Audrey Lane, you are so wonderful. You are so awesome. Whoever you are so wonderful. You are so awesome. Y'all already know what I'm about to say. You guys make sure you subscribe to Just Be Audrey Lane. Y'all know. Hit that bell so you can be notified when a video is up and going. And y'all know going forth now, we gonna get better at this motivating. I love coming on here and talking in my journals, a live journal basically. However, I got some more in my belly that needs to come out in motivation of others, and what God has really been putting into my life for me to say it out, to get it out, to voice it out. Jesus help me. You guys, you know I love you, and I don't just say it. I appreciate you coming on here and you taking time out from your day, your schedule of either being at home or work. Because we all know sometimes I know for me, I put my earphones on and my headphones on and I'm listening at work to motivation stuff and music and all that stuff. But I thank you for taking your time out so much. I appreciate it. I love you for that. I love you for giving your time. That is so valuable. Your time. I love you. I know I love myself. You better love yourself. You better love yourself. You ain't got no choice. You better love yourself. And I know I love God more than anything. Thank you, Jesus. I mean, hey, you guys have a wonderful evening. Y'all know today is June 22nd, 2021. It's going to be an awesome day for us. And even though it's evening, don't never look at the time as though like, oh, it's almost the end of the day. No, it's not. How God works, it can literally be 11:59 and he reigns forth. That's how he works on his timing. So you guys have a good evening. I'll be back on tomorrow and I'll give y'all the stuff that's in my belly. It's going to come on out to you guys. Come on, we going to be about motivation and love and speaking life into ourselves and speaking the abundant grace and blessings. And everything God has for us. So we're gonna kind of change the channel. It's still gonna be like the live journal. However, it's like I want to speak more motivation. So I thank you guys so much. I love you. You'll have a good night. Bye now.